Rendering a list of components is essential in React, whether you are building a to-do app, a product catalog, or just displaying data. Knowing how to render lists efficiently is a must-have skill, so without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, here in my VS Code here, in my app.jsx file, which is our main file that holds our parent component application here, I have this array of objects that represents the users, and each user is represented by an object with their unique name, ID, and email. And in real world applications like this data, for example here, it will probably comes from the database on the backend through the API. But this time, when we get into the React apps, it would be an array of objects, kind of look like this one. Okay, and it doesn't matter what kind of data it would be, because it's always will be an array of JavaScript object that represented some stuff usually displayed in the UI here in our screen web page. Now in my app component here, I'm rendering a single user data in my user component here, just the first one from this users array, this one here. And if I look over to our web page here screen, I will see the first username and its email showing on the screen. But how I get every user from this array displaying in my screen? Because I really want for all of this stuff here in the array to be rendered so that we can see it in our screen. Right now I have one single user, so I can see only one user in the page. But what if I have 10 users? Then I should see 10 users in my web page. And whatever data I have in this array, I should automatically see in my web page. And the UI should represent in that data here to our web page. So obviously I can copy the user from here, for example, and paste it down and change it, for example, the index of our items here, accessing the index of 1, which is in our case this one, the second object in our array with 1. And let's get rid of this 0. And when we save it, we will see in our screen here the second user or the second object in our users array here is displayed in our UI through copying and pasting the same component and accessing the data in the second object in our users array. But this is not work for every item of the object, and it's very hard coded this way to do all of the items in our users array here manually by copy and pasting the same component, and that will make us getting through the issue of repeating ourselves. So the solution, maybe it comes in our mind to solve this issue. Take these users here and get them out of our markup, which is in our case this markup is just the component return here. Make a new array here. Let's name it users components, and this array he will hold our users components. Okay, let's carry it from here, paste it above in our array here, and make a comma between them. This is a cool feature that I can put our component in a normal JavaScript array, and then we can put the array straight to our markup between the curly braces, which is the JSX format here. And let's render our users component. Save it. The result is pretty much the same in our UI, and don't worry about this red line, about this warning here. That's because the key prop for each component we have to render, and we will discuss about it in a minute now. So keep following with me. So now in the page React, we render that as we wrote those our markup directly. But really they exist in an array, and that's good for know that we can take an array of component and put that to our markup. So likewise, we can create an array from this data here, which is already been created, our users array for it, and put it directly to our markup like this one. Okay, so the first thing I can do here is deleting all of the user components here from our user component array. Okay, and we can start with the basic JavaScript loop. I hope you are familiar with some JavaScript syntax. So this loop is so important in JavaScript. I can loop over each user, our users array here. And every time I loop over user here, I will create a new user component inside the for loop. So here is the mark of our for loop here that allows us to loop over each user here in the users array. Here, simply to display our component user here with its data, we have to change here to be accessing each user in the user's data here. Just make the user here, okay, and pass that as a proper and as a prop to the user name and email and their ID exactly. Then the next step what we're gonna do to register our users data here for each item in our users array here, for each object in our users array here through this JavaScript method also, and register them in our users component here. So then we can put it here in our markup, and it's been displayed with the app component into our, we rendered in our page here. So what we're gonna do, just take our users here component, and with the .push JavaScript method, we have to wrap in our user component here into it. So save it, and here we go. So now I have an array of components that I know that I can bring that to my markup like this one. So if I check my web page now, we can see all of the users have been rendered into my screen. And this should be a pretty easy concept. Okay, what we just done so far, that I have an array of objects, in our case is users data here, that I loop over it through this JavaScript feature. For each user in the users array, I created a new component for each data object in our array, and then I registered them in our new array here users component through this .push JavaScript method. And lastly, we rendered our array here in the component return with the JSX format. Okay, save it. Now let's talk about the key prop, which I just mentioned a minute ago to explain about it. If we open up our console, and immediately you will notice this warning comes from React, says, for example, each child in the list should have a unique key prop. And what I mean by that, so each child here list, because it will be a list of component of lists. Okay, so each item here, it has to be the prop with the key. Okay, in our case here should be a unique key. So what we're gonna do is just register it as a user.id, because here each object or each user in the users object here has a unique ID. And that's because React needs to be able to determine differences between each things of in the array here. Okay, most of the time when we have a list of things, we will have sort of unique identifier like this one. In our case, I have this ID, but sometimes you will have to render a list of object that doesn't have an ID. So you can do it with the index or a map.random here. So you can create a random number for each ID. But I highly recommend to figure out how to make an ID for your objects in the array here. It's better to let React work in an efficient way. So this is a basic example to work with rendering a list of components just using the standard for loop here. So this is a plain JavaScript, old JavaScript code here. So this works just fine. But there's a better way to accomplish the outcome with the JavaScript ES6 feature, which is called map method. I can write directly in the markup here, our map method here, looping over each item in the users array without any need for the for loop here or any work out of our markup. Let me create here our example, and then make like a comparison between this way and the old way. Okay, so here in between the curly braces with the GS6 format, we can write, for example, directly accessing our users here array users, and now we have to implement our map method here, and this map method we have to pass a callback function within it that accepts a user, and it will return our user component. So this is a bit consist code and shows in the intent of the using map. What we just done so far is taking our users array here and looping over each object in the array, which is in our case each user in the users array here, and creating a new component including the information about the item, and accessing their ID here and the name and the email and the ID also. And simply it will played in our web page through this user component. This user component simply is just a representative component that accepts the props here and displays them with some HTML elements here with the GS6 format. So now we can get rid of this one here, and also with this array. We don't need it anymore. Save it. Here we go. It's been displayed our object or our users data in our UI screen here. Web page is the console here, so you can see the web page better. This is working the same as we did with the for loop here with the old JavaScript. So let me resume. So we get data into our markup here directly and creating a new component for each object in the array here. Right now I have 3 objects, but what if, for example, I have a 1,000 object or a 2,000 object? So this code will work the same. We'll still creating a new component for each object in the array here. And if I want to render or get only, for example, the first object here or the second object here, so I can chain to this user's array here another method called filter, and then it will accept an anonymous function, okay, that accepts, for example, a user, and check for each user in the users array here. For example, if the user data ID here is equal, for example, to 1, which is in our case, he will check for each object in our array here their ID if it's 1. So then he will keep the object in our users array. Then the map method, it comes here to creating our user component here with these items, which is succeed with the operation with the filter here in our users array. Save it, and immediately you will see the result here in our UI, just rendering the first object. If we, for example, check for the ID of 3, so then he will give us the object 3 data. And the reason this works because this filter and map method, it simply just returns an array. Okay, it contains all the items it's been like mapped or looped over it for a certain condition or a certain operation. So map and filter methods here, it's widely used in every React application and every React code over there.